Hey there folks, Toby here for E-Instruments, and in this video I'm going to give you a walkthrough of Vibrant, a stunning collection of electric pianos for Hallion. Vibrant features 4 instruments. We have a 1976 Rhodes Stage Mark I, a 1973 Rhodes Suitcase, a 1974 Wurlitzer 200A, and a 1974 Hohner Clavinet. All of these instruments have been fully restored and recorded through high-end mic preamps and AD conversion to give you the best possible sound. The library can be used inside any Steinberg Hallion product. This includes Hallion 6, Hallion Sonic 3, or Hallion Sonic 3 SE. So let's jump in and take a look. Now for this walkthrough I'm going to be using Hallion Sonic SE3. And this is a free version of Hallion Sonic, and you can freely download this from the Steinberg website. Now once Vibrant is installed, you'll see this in the load page here, and you can just select the library and you'll see the initial states of all of the instruments down here. And currently we're in the layer filter, which shows you the top level instruments. And if we switch over to the program filter, we can see all of the presets that come with Vibrant. So I'm just going to go to the layer filter and I'm just going to load the Vibrant stage preset here. To see Vibrant, we can go about this in a couple of different ways. We can either go to the Edit tab here, or we can go to the Player view here, which is this P, or we can hit E on our keyboard. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And now we can see the Vibrant UI. Now currently we can see that the stage piano is loaded here. So let's have a listen to that in its raw form. Now one of the great things about this library is you have 4 of these amazing instruments and they're already preloaded when you load up Vibrant. So at any point you can switch between the instruments just by choosing them up here in the top right hand corner. So if I want to choose the Suitcase, I can just hit Suitcase here and it's immediately loaded for me and ready to play. So let's have a listen to what we've got here. So a really great sounding Suitcase piano there. Now I'd like to point out that all the performances in this video are played by the wonderful Danny Shogger, and he'll be tickling the ivories today to spare you from my rudimentary piano skills. So now let's have a listen to the raw Wurli. And finally on the far right we have the clavinet. So let's check that out. So 4 great sounding instruments, all from one interface. Now speaking of the interface, let's go over some of the features we have inside of Vibrant. Now things are pretty simple, and that just lets you get on with making the music and not having millions of parameters to tweak. We just want to get straight to the point and get a great sound. Now in all of the 4 instruments you will find 3 tabs. We have the piano tab, the effects tab, and the settings tab. Now the settings tab allows you to change the tuning of the instrument as far as having equal temperament or stretch temperament. We have a pitch reference for the instrument, and we also have some velocity curves here to suit your playing style. So let's go back to the piano tab. Over on the left hand side we have some simple EQ controls, and we can boost either one of these or cut if we go to the left. So in this example I might use the bass control to just clean up the low end a little bit where the harmony is quite dense. And we can just add a little bit more shimmer to the top end. So really nice and simple, and you can always return these to their default values by hitting Command on a Mac or Control on a PC and just clicking. In the middle we have the character control. Now this is used to favour certain velocity layers. If I turn the character knob left, it's going to weight the velocity mapping more towards the lower end of the samples. So the overall feel of the instrument will become softer and a bit more intimate. We also get more of the mechanical noise of the instrument, like the sustain pedal and release samples. Even though I'm actually hitting the keyboard fairly hard, I'm still getting a very soft sound. Now if I move the character control to the right or clockwise, Vibrant is going to favour the top velocity samples, and it's also going to add a little bit of detuning as well to give you a more edgy and aggressive sound. So the character control is a very important feature of Vibrant and very useful for changing the overall characteristic of the instruments. So it's really worth experimenting with. Now over on the right hand side we have a simple envelope attacking decay, and we can use this to shape the volume envelope of the sound, and this can be useful for getting some more interesting kind of sound designy sounds out of the library. So let's set this attack up fairly high and see what kind of an effect that has. So you can hear we're almost getting a sort of semi-reversed effect using the envelope in that extreme setting. So you might want to play about with these. Now all these settings are the same for every instrument, so it's nice and easy to get around, nice and easy to understand. The only exception to this is the damper switch, and this enables a whole new set of samples for the damper sound. So here's our raw clavinet without the damper. And if I engage the damper, let's have a listen now. So really useful for getting another timbre out of this instrument, and very much like the real thing. So the last tab to look at is the effects tab. And if we open this up, we can see we have 4 effect slots that we can use to process the Vibrant samples. So let's switch back to our Suitcase here and let's try out some effects. So here's my dry Suitcase. So that sounds great, it is, but let's go for a kind of a West Coast phaser sound that we all know and love. Let's turn the speed up a little bit and let's have a listen. So classic phaser road sound there. So let's try out some more. Let's go to our Wurli. And you'll notice the effects will stay consistent as you change instruments up in the top right hand corner. But that can be a good way of testing effects on different instruments. So let's try a Wurli, let's say with a tremolo. And let's hear the dry one first. And you can't argue that that is a really fantastic Wurli sound. So let's hear this now with some tremolo on. That's very nice. So let's go for another classic sound here. Let's do a clav with an auto wire on. And I'm going to take my tracking up here, set my depth to about 50%, and let's see what we get. So perfect wah clavi there. So let's make one more sound. Let's go to our stage piano. And let's make a nice sort of mellow, auto-panned 80s chorus electric piano sound. So let's hear what we've got dry. So let's turn effects slot on and let's go to auto pan. Now this shape knob here, to the far right, you're going to get kind of a very square wave type panning. And as we move it counterclockwise, we should get a softer, more triangle shaped pan. So let's hear that. So that's very nice. Let's add a bit of chorus to it. Fantastic. And I think the last thing we'll do is add a bit of plate reverb. So let's say we want to save this sound. It's very simple to do in Hallian. You just right click up here on the preset name. And we can just go save program as. Now in player view, this will open up a new dialog box where you can save your preset. So let's call this chorus stage. And I'm probably going to want to give that 5 stars. And then we can just hit OK. So now our preset has been saved. If I want to see my presets, I can just hit the preset name here. And it's going to bring up the preset window. And if I go to the program layer here, you can see here is a chorus stage that we just saved. So while we're here, we might as well try out a few presets. So let's try out Suitcase soft phaser here. Okay, that's very nice. Let's try out one of these Clavi ones. So nice bold sounding Clavi there. Let's try Wurli chorus pan. And all these presets are great starting points for your own sounds. Like you can modify them and then save them as your own presets. So that's about it for this walkthrough of Vibrant. Just a really great sounding collection of sampled electric pianos And if you want to know more about Vibrant, you can head over to einstruments.com, where you can find all the relevant information. So that's it from me. I'll see you again next time.